been pretty funny.
Yes.
As Ken Klippenstein,
I've been enjoying it.
As Ken Klippenstein tweeted, he's like, one raid and suddenly they're all Antifa.
Yeah.
Kind of amazing. I think Sean Hannity was out, like, I no longer support law enforcement. All right. Let's
I was
talk.
telling you whenever this all broke out, I was like, hey, you know, a new church committee, it's like, wouldn't be so bad.
Like,
I was like,
actually, is that a threat? Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, actually, I would really love that. I mean, the church committee, just for people who don't know, was 1970s post, you know, abuse. Senator Frank Church, I think from Idaho, and he exposed COINTELPRO. I mean, there have been some on FOIA and all that, but really dug into the weeds. Actually, I think it did make the FBI and the CIA far better off, at least for the next couple of years. I think we are in this similar situation. There is no trust in the FBI, both from the right and the left. I think rightfully so. They genuinely do have enormously unchecked power post-Patriot Act. And let's be honest, like, has it worked? I don't think we're a lot safer as a result of it. If anything, it's civilly frayed us. There's a lot of questions about their use of confidential informants, about the way they conduct themselves, over abuse of FISA, same with the CIA and the way it's conducted itself. Why not?
Remember how we covered how many crimes they author? It was like thousands of crimes that they give the go-ahead to their informants to go ahead and commit. So, I mean, there's even a question of, like, on balance, are you really, like, are you actually decreasing the number of crimes? Because also these plots, what the jury found in the Michigan Gretchen Whitmer plot is, like, no one's saying these were good dudes with good intentions, but it was the FBI really infiltrating, pushing them forward, giving them idea, helping them acquire the materials, all these things that led to there being anything like a plot that they could then go in and disrupt. This is exactly what they did, just as a routine matter of course, during the war on terror, post 9/11 era. So, you know, they're sort of like creating these schemes so that they can then go in and for, you know, with a lot of political showmanship and for their political benefit, a lot of these higher level folks have direct political aspirations, go in and disrupt and make you feel like you're safer. But that plot would never have even been a thing if it wasn't for them. So listen, comrades, I'm all in, let's do it.
What really radicalized me, Crystal, was that fact that they are not only incompetent at these political cases, but whenever the USA Gymnastics case and like, so that's where I was like, or Epstein, you know, all of, that's where I was like, okay, you know, these people are utterly not incompetent, criminally negligent, and have allowed people to be molested, killed, suicide, and all of that in a totally apolitical case as a result of corruption, power, and all that. And that's how I was like, forget it. You know, these people are just useless.
Right. And I just want to be totally clear, because sometimes people don't get the joke.
Okay.
I am not saying that Candace and Marjorie Taylor Greene are actually, like, you know, consistent, honest principled actors on this who aren't going to immediately flip on this the minute that, you know, it serves their other political interests. Obviously, they're just partisan actors following whatever script Trump wants them to follow. But it was a good excuse to be able to make the case.
I mean, in my opinion, it's an Overton window shifter. Like, it wouldn't be a bad thing, once again, in order to expose. I mean, it's like when Jonathan Swan was like, yeah, he could just fire the whole intelligence committee. I'm like, oh, wow. You know, like, don't you know, threaten me with a good time.
It's just like it's just like on the free speech stuff.
Yeah.
They're like free speech and anti-censorship, and then first of all, when it counts and they can actually break up these tech things, the Republican side of the ledger is nowhere to be found. But even at, you know, on the state level, you're talking about free speech at the same time you're passing laws that are like banning protest and banning books. And it's just a desire for you to have control over the speech. And I think that's what this freak out on the right is also about. It's a desire for law enforcement to do exactly what you want them to do vis-a-vis your political enemies or the ideologies that you don't support. It's not actually to scale back the police state ultimately.
Yeah, I think that's well said.
Cable news is ripping us apart, dividing the country, making it impossible to function as a society, and making it impossible to know just what is true and what is false. But the good news is they are failing and they know it.
That is why we're building something new, a new mainstream, a healthier one, something more trustworthy, something that we are going to need in one of the most pivotal times in American history. We are building up here for the midterms, for the upcoming presidential election, but we need your help. So if you can help us out by becoming a premium member today at breakingpoints.com, we're trying to change America for the better and the entire world.
So what are you waiting for, guys? Go to breakingpoints.com and sign up and help us build a new mainstream.